Previously on Water Rats.
My father's in Australia. He came 6 months ago. So I've spoken to the embassy, the immigration. There's just so much red tape.
Yeah.
And I thought, with your police connections, you know, you could...
All right, using police resources on police time.
I'm well aware of the rules, Helen.
So why are you doing it?
I'm doing it to help her out.
Please call the Vietnamese consulate.
I think I might have found your father.
Thank you.
Mr. Love? Yes? Hi.
Hey, Jeff, you all right? Oh, my God, look at your hands. Is there a doctor around somewhere?
She shot him. She just shot him. She didn't care that I was there. That she just shot him.
Come on, let's get you home. Up we get.
He was a father, you know.
Hey, Chief.
Hey, Chief, is there anything we can do?
Just been trying Amy on a mobile. It's been disconnected.
Hardly surprising.
Yeah.
You shouldn't even be here. Your hands.
What?
Painful?
Oh, no, they're all right. No, I need to be at work. I just don't understand why she did it.
Well, when homicide find out, they'll let you know. Can I do that
No,
for
it's
you?
fine. I couldn't tell them anything. I couldn't even tell them where she lived. They knew more about her than I did. She's got a brother, apparently. A barrister. I mean, why didn't he help her?
It's not your problem now.
Helen, I led her to him.
And now it's a murder investigation.
Oh, too many barristers called Winter.
Oh, don't do this.
Helen, please. Hi.
The EPA are on their way. They're going to test the water for us.
Oh, I tested. You got your syringe, you used swabs, bit of flesh floating by.
Man, how are we going to contain all this? It's all going to end up in the waterways.
How can you be so dumb as to dump waste in a known swimming place?
Any word on the kid?
Yeah, I just talked to the hospital then. They're testing him now. Poor little bugger.
That'd be your worst nightmare coming up through all that crap.
Hey, check this out. St. Bartholomew's Hospital.
I want to know who's responsible. Why hasn't anyone been charged?
Mrs. Darville, we got hold of this 2 hours ago.
No one will help me, please. You've got to help me.
Her son was injured in all that medical waste that got dumped.
Who's handling it?
Detectives Riley and St. Clair.
Well, they better pull their bloody fingers out.
There's no need for them to pull their fingers out because they are doing absolutely everything they can.
I want to know what was in that syringe. I want to know that my son is going to be all right.
I know you do, and they're going to tell you as soon as they find out.
We'll need to check out your rubbish disposal procedures.
Well, it's all quite straightforward. The contractor handles everything. Are you sure it's ours?
Sharp's bins were labelled.
Oh, I just can't believe it.
Listen, do you have a schedule for pickups?
No, it's all in the office. This is going to be all over the papers, isn't it?
Listen, the little boy who's been hurt is in another hospital. He's having tests for Hep A, C, B, HIV, and anything else that you can think of, and you're worried about the media.
Well, of course I'm concerned. Heads could roll over this. And it had nothing to do with us. I mean, we could get fined for something we didn't do.
OK, look, we need the name of the rubbish contractor.
Haxby Waste. It's run by a bloke called Tony Haxby.
I dumped it. Bullshit I did. I've never dumped anything in my life.
So how do you explain the rubbish in the river?
I'll tell you how. Bloody sabotage, that's how. And I tell you who done it too. Nobby bloody Fisher. When I get my hands on that bastard,
So why would Mr. Fisher sabotage you?
Because I took the hospital contract off him, didn't I? And I put him out of business.
He said I did what?
He said you stole some medical waste from him, you dumped it in the river, you're trying to sabotage him.
Lying bastard! First he rips me off, puts me out of business. Now he's trying to set me up.
So you deny the accusation?
Bloody oath I do.
Well, that's what he said, Nobby.
Mr. Hawker.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry, I've obviously made a mistake.
No mistake. I'm Amy's brother. And yes, I'm a Curry. Ridley Winter. Come through. Homicide told me you were there. We're adopted. I've got a sister who's Korean, another who's Somali. Regular United Nations.
Right.
You want to find out why she did it? I wish I could tell you. Amy's always had problems. She couldn't handle being adopted. She blamed everything on it.
She seems so happy, content.
She hid it well. But underneath, she had this anger.
Is that your yacht?
Yeah, 30-footer.
She shot him with a flare gun.
He went missing 3 months ago. I thought it was kids. You know the way things go missing off yachts all the time. I didn't even pay any attention.
So she had it planned all along? She seems so Vietnamese. And the way she talked, the way she dressed, looked. It's like she grew up with it.
All show. She's been in Australia since she was a kid. But it made her happy. That's all that mattered. That's why I bought her the kiosk. And another thing I can't figure out is it makes her good money. I've seen the books. But she's never got any.
Tony Haxby and Nobby Fisher, right?
You know them both, Sykesy.
They've been at each other's throats for the last few years now. One of them's going to do the other one in, no question.
OK, so we know Haxby put Fisher out of business. Do you know anything else there?
Yeah, that they were partners.
Oh,
what?
partners?
Yeah.
Well, he didn't say anything about being partners. Not one
Hey, Mick.
word. Yeah, what do you got?
We got a body, mate.
You got a what?
A body. Oh, it's only the bottom half of it.
Well, you better find the other half.
Oh, Riley.
Well, I'm just
Off you go, Woods.
Oh.
male Caucasian. Degenerative bone and joint changes have put him somewhere between 60 and 70. Hard to say much with only half a body.
Yeah, and we get the half with all the fiddly bits and no identification.
Well, his wife would be able to identify, wouldn't he? Why do you think they cut it in half?
Oh, it's easy to get rid of, you know. You can't fit a whole body in a bin.
He was carved up post-mortem.
What do you think they used, Chopper?
A small knife, scalpel, something that sort of size.
You're
anyway.
kidding.
What?
You can cut a whole body in half with a scalpel.
Yeah, if you know what you're doing, sure. You make a cut under the rib cage and all you really got to deal with is the cartilage between the vertebrae. Done.
Thanks for the hint.
So you're saying whoever committed this murder had to have medical knowledge?
That or butchery. Take your pick.
We're going to need a list of staff who were on duty in the last 48 hours.
You can't believe that one of our staff would do something like that.
We're also going to need a list of recent hospital deaths that occurred in those 2 days.
Oh, I don't believe it. This is impossible.
You better believe it, Mr. Askew.
It's got to be a mistake. It has to.
Mr. Askew, I know I'm asking a lot of you, but I'm going to need a list of male patients aged between 60 and 70 years old that were discharged from this hospital between Sunday and Tuesday night.
Also, anyone who's gone missing, anyone at all, like patient, staff, someone who hasn't shown up for work.
Detective Riley?
Yeah,
Phone
excuse
call
me.
for you.
Thanks, nurse. Yeah, Riley. Thank you very much, Helen. Much appreciated. We'll see you soon, eh? Thanks, bye. Alex. Tony Haxby's father was a butcher.
Sure. When I was a kid, I used to work in my old man's shop, so what?
So you'd know how to cut a body in half, wouldn't you, Mr. Haxby?
You've got to be kidding. I don't know anything about this. Whose body is it anyway?
We thought you could tell us that.
I told you, I wouldn't have a clue.
Well, neither do we. But what we do know is that someone put that body...
No, Michael. Michael was half a body.
Thank you, Alex. Half a body in with the rubbish that you dumped from St Bartholomew's Hospital.
I've never dumped anything.
You got anyone to vouch for your whereabouts Sunday to Wednesday evening?
Yeah, my wife. Oh, you can't seriously think that I'd do something like that. It's got to be Nobby. Dr. Nobby Fisher! That bastard do anything to get at me.
Sit down, Tony. You got yourself a bit of a temper there.
Look, I'm not stupid. Why would I dump a body in the river when I could take it out to the Silverwater incinerator and burn it there? Huh?
You know, I'm with Haxby. You know, why would you dump a body if you've got an incinerator?
Yeah, I think he's right about Fisher too, trying to set him up. You see, I think Fisher stole some of his rubbish, thinking that it contained medical waste. But what he didn't realise is one of the bins actually had a body in it.
No, half a body, Michael.
Yeah, half a body.
You know, maybe Fisher committed the murder himself.
I don't think Fisher would actually murder someone, cut them in half just to get back at Haxby. I really think he didn't know about the body.
What I wouldn't do for that other half of the body, huh? Just to get an ID, a motive.
Well, at the moment, we'll just have to go with the fact that Fisher's trying to set up Haxby, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if he's trying to set up Haxby, he'll have to take the medical waste at some point when he's not around.
Yeah, like late at night.
OK, so why don't we check with some of the people that live in the area near Haxby's waste to see if they saw a truck parked there from Sunday to Wednesday night.
Yeah. You're a legend. I'm sorry, but I've got to ask you to sign this before the Finance Committee meeting. There you go.
I'm just writing down everything I know about Amy. Conversations that we had.
It's hardly relevant to the meeting, isn't it?
I just thought it might help.
Help who? Jeff? Homicide?
Just need to know why this happened. I mean, there is a clue. There's a clue that I've missed. She grew up in Australia. Her brother bought a kiosk for her. She makes good money, but she's never got any. She used to work in a laundrette in Chinatown. A laundrette in Chinatown.
What? Both of them?
That was the only
All right, thanks, Gav. Look, we'll be there right away, OK?
Excellent.
OK, bye.
Thank you very much.
Nobby Fisher reckons Haxby's trying to kill him.
Oh, I got a truck, Rego. He reckons there was a truck parked here last night, 10 o'clock. How good is that?
Hey, if they start throwing body parts, I'm out of here.
You took your time.
Yeah, well, we're here now. Just break it up. Hey!
Oh, that's enough.
Break it up and bring it down. Hey, I said break it. Whoa, hey, hey!
That's it, I've had it. You're under arrest, mate. You can't be serious. I'm the one who rang you.
How's the water, you fat bastard?
You finished?
And you shut your mouth.
So, what was your truck doing outside Haxby's Waste on Wednesday night? We've got a witness, Nobby.
Yeah, all right, I dumped the bloody stuff, all right? That make you happy?
Why don't you just to be a little bit more specific about what you dumped in the river?
Yeah. 5 bins full of clinical waste. That should have been mine. That contract was mine until he undercut me.
And you're sure that that's all the bins contained?
That body had nothing to do with me. If he said it has, he's lying.
So if the body had nothing to do with you, then how did the body get there? Nobby?
Maybe Haxby did it. I don't know. I just dumped the stuff.
A boy was injured. What, you don't care about that? Huh?
Look, I said I did it all right. Can't we just get this over with?
You don't get it, do you, Nobby? You see, when you dumped that crap in the river, you acted with reckless indifference to human life. There's a number of charges we can hit you with.
Oh, yeah. There's poisoning of water supply. That'll get you 5 years in the slammer.
Malicious infliction of grievous bodily harm. That'll get you 7 years.
And major prize causing grievous bodily disease. Now, that's the jackpot. 25 years. Oh, yeah, Michael. I think he's getting the picture.
I want a lawyer.
Riley?
I haven't got any money, Helen. Look, I borrowed some from you.
How's it going, anyway?
Fisher's been charged with the dumping, but we've hit a bit of a dead end with the body.
Well, I guess there's not much you can do without a face, is there?
Ain't that
Helen, I'm heading out for a while. You can catch me on the mobile.
Is he all right, Helen?
I don't know. I might go and find out, though.
Hey? Come on, what's really going on here? Don't keep walking, Jeff. I'm asking you as a friend. Talk to me.
How long have we known each other, Helen?
10 years? More?
So we know a fair bit about each other, right?
A fair bit about something.
Well, I know about your relationship bust-up. You know about my marriage breakdown.
Okay, yeah.
Well, maybe I might have felt something for this woman. When I went through that list, I realised that I knew nothing about her. I let somebody into my life. I don't have a clue who she is.
She didn't want you to know. You mustn't keep blaming yourself for what happened. You just tried to help her, for God's sake. You've got to let this go. It's not your job to look for her. Oh.
No? Okay. Walker. What? I missed what? Don't worry about it. Just get the monthly report for me. Yeah. Okay. See ya.
I've got no idea what she did Thursday mornings.
She asked you to track down her father, didn't she?
Look, being adopted was right for me. Amy just felt always like she'd been abandoned. My parents spent a small fortune trying to track down her birth parents. About a year ago, Amy went back to Vietnam to look for them.
Now, father's been out here for 6 months or so. Do you think your mother could be here as well?
I don't know.
All right. When she came back from Vietnam, did she tell you what happened over there?
All I know is she came back more screwed up than ever.
You helped her out with the kiosk, right? Why didn't you help her find her parents?
Because I thought it'd create more problems and solutions. I mean, I never would have thought she would have killed her own father.
No. But she did. Which means that she had a motive. Are there any papers or, I don't know, anything from Amy when she was in Vietnam?
Homicide has everything.
Okay. Oh. Thanks anyway.
It mightn't be any help, but she's got a cab charge account. It's in my name.
About the Finance Committee meeting.
Sorry, slipped my mind.
Slipped your mind? I don't think so. I just reminded you about it. However, you don't have to thank me. I've changed it for tomorrow. I said you had a doctor's appointment.
Good on you. Thanks, Helen. I appreciate it. The woman that was in earlier, how's the son?
We're still waiting on test results.
Okay. How'd you go on the murder investigation?
Just following up on a few leads, Chief.
And what leads would they be exactly, Michael? I thought we'd hit a dead end.
Well, what if the rest of the body hasn't been burnt?
No, Haxby said he went to the Silverwater incinerator every day.
Every day.
He didn't. Oh, why didn't we check that?
Hasn't been there all week.
Okay, maybe there's another incinerator.
No, Silverwater's the only one you use for clinical waste, all right? Look, maybe he's dumping.
Well, why would he risk that? You know, the fines are huge.
Now, look, Silverwater charges per bin, which is a huge whack of money, which means it eats into his profits.
Okay, so he's dumping to save money. That would explain how he undercuts Fisher, right?
Yeah, okay. Now, if he's dumping, then where?
Okay, somewhere where no one's going to ask questions.
Okay, maybe his own block of land.
If it's his own block of land, then he's not going to go there while the heat's on, right?
How do we flush out Haxby?
You're still missing half a body?
Exactly.
Well, you make Haxby think that the body could be wherever he's dumping.
Right, so odds on he'll go out there and he'll try and get rid of it before someone finds out about it.
Exactly.
Yeah?
Is that all, Mick?
Yeah, that's all.
Good.
Thank you, Helen.
Cab charge. Fax those over. She goes to Lane Cove every Thursday morning. That's what you were after, isn't it?
Excellent. Does it give an address?
No, just the suburb. So I suppose you're going to want to track down the cab driver now.
Helen, you want to say something, you just say it, all right?
Look, Jeff, I understand that you feel responsible for this man's death and that you're confused about this woman. However, that doesn't make this your investigation. They belong to homicide.
Fine. I'm going to hand them over to homicide.
Well, actually, don't bother, because I've already sent copies. Also, I've told Lane Cove they're circulating her photo as we speak.
Good, eh? Shut the door on the way out.
Good night.
You've got the wrong person. I didn't do anything. I swear.
My son could die.
It's not my fault. It wasn't me.
You dumped that filth.
No, I didn't.
Liar.
Mr. Darville! No, he's telling the truth.
Get away, I swear I'll do it.
Hey, Mr. Haxby didn't dump that rubbish. Now, drop that needle. Step back. I know you're upset about your son, but this isn't going to help, OK? That's right, step back. Drop the needle.
Let go, let go.
It's just food colouring. I just want to teach him a lesson. Oh, God. Oh, God. I just want to scare him. Oh, God.
She could have killed me.
I just thought you'd like to know that you're off the hook. Fisher's been charged with the dumping.
Well, I told you he'd done it, didn't I?
But we still haven't found the other half of the body. And we're going to find it sooner or later.
Well, it's got nothing to do with me.
And when we find that other half of the body, then we'll find the murderer, won't we, Toad?
Yeah. Well, if you're finished hassling with me, I've got work to do.
I say if he thinks he might have dumped a body, or half a body, then he's going to go and look for it now.
And I say, no, he's onto us, and there's no way he's going anywhere near his dumping ground.
Nah, he's too dumb to know that we're onto him.
50.
50?
50 on it.
50.
Let's see, let's just check. Let's see what we got.
You got a
Danny.
50?
I reckon I have.
You got one? Oh, you got one. Yeah. Well, why not just take it now?
No.
Look, he's driving out. Come on.
No, mate, he hasn't dumped it yet. He hasn't dumped it yet.
Well, let's go and see, eh?
I'll be putting that back in there.
You just keep it out, your thumb. Take it out.
I think you better start coughing up that $50 you owe me.
Hey, get some pot. I left it in the car.
Did you?
I'll get it later.
I'm going to go this way.
Okay, I'll go round here.
You want to check your street directory? This isn't Silverwater or an incinerator.
Hey, get here. Jesus, stinks around here, doesn't it?
It does. Tony
It
Heskey,
stinks.
you were being arrested for illegally disposing of medical waste. You're not obliged to say or do anything unless you wish to do so, but whatever you say or do will be used in evidence. Do you understand me?
Ugh. It's like something out of a horror movie. Disgusting. Oh.
Here, I think I found something.
What do you got?
Oh.
Well, that's the other half of our body.
Yeah, that's Pop's all right.
Who?
Sorry, Bill Carpenter.
And that's your father-in-law, is that right, Ewan?
Yeah. Poor old bugger. Just thought he wandered off somewhere. He was always wandering off.
Lucky you found his senior's card. Oh, here we go. William John Carpenter.
So he was a patient here?
Yes. But according to the records, he was discharged on Saturday night.
3 days before he died.
So what was he in for?
This is just the admission records. I can find out for you. His files would have been sent down to medical records. Just take a bit of time.
Can we talk to the nurse that looked after him, please?
Sure.
Sorry. It's okay, you just take your time, huh?
I always looked after him when he was admitted. You get close to people. He was a lovely old bloke.
The last time he was in here, can you remember what that was for?
Well, he had cellulitis. Wasn't managed very well. He just needed a bit of a whack with some antibiotics.
Melita, there was a cut on his head that looked like it had been professionally dressed. Do you know anything about that?
There wasn't any cut when he was discharged.
And you said there'd been other admissions?
Yeah.
What were they for?
Accidents, fractures. There was one time when he fronted up to casualty, he said he'd fallen down some stairs. The whole side of his body was completely black and blue.
Did you believe his story?
Yeah, until I saw Ewan, his son-in-law. He was screaming at him.
I don't know. We argued all the time. Argued about who drank my beer, about who did the dishes, about how he couldn't manage to use the washing machine.
That must have made you a bit frustrated.
Tell me about it. Especially as my wife walked out of me, left me with the whinging old bastard.
And how long ago did this happen?
I don't know, 6 months. I come home and find she's taken everything but a bloody father. Who wouldn't be pissed off?
So you prefer if he was dead?
Look, I just wanted my wife back, mate. I wanted him out of my hair.
Did you ever hit him?
Nah.
Where were you last Tuesday night, Ewan?
Getting pissed. I was in the pub.
And what time did you get home from the pub?
Can't remember. All I remember is waking up sometime after lunch the next day.
So why did you wait till the next day to report him missing?
I don't know, I was just glad of the peace and quiet. I thought he'd come back.
Oh, one toxicology report.
Thank you, Helen.
Yeah, that's right.
Something wrong?
I'm not sure.
Riley.
Sorry, Chief.
All signed. In triplicate.
Okay, I spoke to the old man's daughter. Now, she reckons that Ewan's got a temper and that he hit her, right? But she says that she never saw him hit the old man.
Okay, you ever heard of a drug called scoline?
No, why?
Well, Ewan's father-in-law was full of it.
Oh, you're kidding, he was drugged.
No, it's not a narcotic, it's a neuromuscular block.
Yeah?
Okay, resulting in paralysis. Stopped him breathing, so I killed him.
It's in here. It's all in here.
What about this door? It's never locked?
No, there's no reason. It's just... There's a scoline.
Mm-hmm.
Tetanus and heparin injections, insulins, antibiotics. None of these are drugs of addiction. All the opiates, morphine, pethidine, are all kept in the pharmacy under lock and key. You've got to sign for it.
Well, you don't have to sign for any of these drugs.
Oh, drive you mad if you did. We're all in and out of here all the time.
Who's, we all?
Oh, just the nursing staff.
What about visitors or cleaning staff? Can they have access to these drugs?
You'd have to know what you're looking for to start off with. A lot of them all look the same.
Thank you.
Thanks, nurse.
He'd have known.
Who's he?
Ewan. Pop's son-in-law. He used to work here. He was an orderly.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Ewan! Why did you tell us that you worked at St Bartholomew's Hospital?
I was a shit kicker. I used to wheel patients to theatre. What do I know about drugs? Why don't you just come out and say it? It's my fault he's dead.
Why do you think it was your fault?
Because I didn't look after him. Because I hated the old bastard.
Okay, why don't you tell us about the last time you saw him? Just tell us what happened.
My ex-ring.
Mm-hmm.
Pops gets all excited. He wanted to talk to her. I start screaming down the phone, and she hangs up before Pops had a chance to talk to her. He goes ballistic. He takes a swing at me. He lost his balance and hit his head. I just left. I just walked out. I thought, if I stay there one more second, I'm going to kill him.
I spoke to a friend of mine, works in immigration. There was an elderly woman, Nilam, who came out in a tourist visa about a year ago.
Do you think she's Amy's mother?
My sister was down as a sponsor.
Any idea where she is now?
No. Sorry, I know it's not much to go on. All this time Amy knew her mother. She said nothing to me, not a word.
Lane Cove, eh? Lane Cove every Thursday.
I knew you'd find me.
It's my job, Amy. I've called homicide. They're on their way.
She's dying, you know. He did that to her. Well, good as. He sold me to an adoption agency without telling her. He broke her heart. She spent my whole life looking for me. Can you imagine? Then when I find her, it's too late. I always knew there was something wrong. I could just feel it. Ridley, my brother, used to think I was crazy, but I wasn't. I think it was just her pain I was feeling. He didn't deserve to live, Jeff.
Deceased's medical records here from St Bart's. According to this, he was at the hospital on Tuesday night.
Then why wasn't he listed on admissions?
Because he was never admitted. Now, he fronted at casualty where the triage nurse assessed him. Listen to this. Patient presented at emergency with a cut on the head. Patient states he fell over. Patient requires wound to be cleaned and dressed. Also a tetanus booster. Patient left emergency without receiving treatment after being told the waiting time of approximately 2 hours.
So that corroborates Ewan's story then?
Yeah, OK, so what time does that say?
10:30.
Right, so he hits his head at home, fronts the hospital at 10:30 with a bleeding head.
But they say to him, look, you've got to wait a couple of hours, so he just ups and leaves.
Unless he has someone else that can dress the wound for him. The results came back on the syringe that stuck the kid in the river. It was loaded with Hep B. There's no way he won't have it.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's a bit late to be
We're
sorry.
looking for Melita Davies.
Oh, try the balcony. She's having a cigarette break.
Danny?
Melita? You have a word?
Should give these bloody things up.
Why didn't you tell us that you dressed Pop's wound?
Doesn't matter what night it is. There's always a queue at casualty. It's cruel to make an old man wait so long.
So you said you'd fix it?
I bandaged his head. He needed a tetanus injection. It was worth my job, but I told him to come here and I'd give him the injection. And all of a sudden, everything got busy. I was in a rush. I opened the fridge to get the tetanus. I can't have looked properly.
What do you mean by that? I can't have looked properly.
I gave him the skull leak. It looks like the tetanus.
The skull then paralysed him, stopped him breathing.
Oh, God. I left him here. I thought he'd gone home.
Where did you find him, Melita?
I came back later for a smoke. He'd been dead for ages. I killed him. I dragged him down to the rubbish area and put some plastic down.
What I don't understand, Melita, is if it was an accident, why didn't you just report this?
That's professional negligence.
But accidents happen.
I've got a baby and a mortgage. I was scared I'd lose my job.
Melita, why did you cut him up?
the only way I could fit him in the bins.
I think you better come with us, Melita. Please.
Yeah, I mean, I understand she's a nurse and she's used to dealing with blood, but...
I mean, how can you cut up a body?
Mate, at school, I couldn't even dissect a frog, you know, I threw up.
Maybe she's just practical.
Practical. Hey, Chief, you feel like grabbing a bite to eat?
Oh, no, no thanks, Alex, no.
Okay, what about a drink? Michael Sharp?
Another time. Thanks, Mick.
No, Chief.
No, look, practical. That's changing a tyre, right? Now, cutting up a body, that's something else. That's something else.